in this room with that feeling, and I would suggest that you're not alone at the council either with seeing what the result is. And I'll take just two more. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Well, I just want to say, we're on the golf course also, and I have no problems with coyotes. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years in our home and walked the golf course. They've always been very skittish, that kind of thing. I don't really want to eradicate those coyotes, although there's a lot more. But one of the problems is that they created such a hunting field with all the weeds that are so close to our house. I mean, we would have been far better off if they would have just brought in river rock or something and landscaped with bougainvillea or lantana or any of the beautiful desert plants. But now, I mean, a coyote, I went out and saw a coyote right outside our fence. It was probably maybe 6, 7 feet. And I shook our iron fence. I threw rocks at it. I tried to be big. I yelled. And that coyote just turned around and looked at me and just went right back to hunting. I mean, it is far more aggressive behavior. Our dog was mauled at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's typically inside. He went out the doggy door because he hates those coyotes when they're yowling. And 3 of them jumped our fence and just ripped him to shreds. And we never had that problem before. But I think now they are so close to the boundaries, the weeds are so close that that's where they hang. They used to go down to the pond and they would kill off a goose or a duck, and we'd hear them all out there yowling and yipping over their prey and stuff. But there's nothing out in the center. Their hunting grounds are all now around the boundaries right outside of our fences. So I don't want the people to be confused about us wanting to kill off the coyotes.
Right.
I want the hunting grounds gone.
Okay, understood. And I think that Marriott acknowledges that. They understand that there's a crossover between the dissatisfaction with the aesthetic value of the tall, rough areas in your backyards and its contribution to habitat for coyotes. Everyone gets that loud and clear. So I'm pretty confident that we'll start to see some progress. Last question, Allison.
I was just going to say, especially to your point, from what I've heard tonight, I want to thank you for having this. Even though I know a lot of you came for the reason for the golf course, it was kind of put out there, it was escaping fish about coyotes. But I think they did give us some solutions, and it is the community. It's getting the ammonia in your shooters and being very aggressive back to the coyotes. So I think that we need to, since we're here tonight, we need to pass that word along to our neighbors and to everybody in PD that may not solve the problem, but it is part of the solution. And then on the golf course end, I think again, it sounds like there is a solution. Enough people made enough noise. The town council got a hold of Marriott. It sounds like you were calling Marriott. They weren't doing anything. So thank you for the town council for making the noise loud enough that they could hear it, because it sounds like they are listening. It just does take time.
I'd like to add one thing. Just recognize the town has a budget, and in a really bad year, 15 million, and in a really great year, 18, maybe up to 21 million. The Marriott Corporation is a little bit bigger. They have a special use permit on that property. We have to negotiate with the
Who gave them that special use?
Oh, it was voted on. Everybody looked at it, and we had a ton of public meetings, and so yes, we're all guilty. We're all guilty of it. So you can point the finger. You want to point the finger at the council, great.
Right.
But the reality is, it was a special use permit that everybody looked at. There were a ton of public meetings on that. Our solution for this is going to be negotiating with them. It is not going to be any other way. We cannot raise any other flag. That's the only way we can possibly get this done. From a practical standpoint, we can't take our tractor out there and mow it all down. So hopefully they're working with us. I think they are working with us. I think they are working with us very well. And from a practical standpoint, if anybody thinks that we have any other options outside of that, I don't think that is really a good practical solution for our tiny little town, $50 billion corporation. So I think we are working. I live on the Ambiente Golf Course, as the council member heard. We really enjoy living there. We'd like to look a little bit as well.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Devo, and thank you all for coming tonight. I'd like to give just a round of applause to Chief Bennett and Community Resource Officer Kevin Albert. Stay on these guys. His car's right over there. Stay on him. Let's make sure we get a solution here. Thank you. Good night.
You're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure you're glad you came. Yeah. I gotta go home and pull those cans out of my. I know. Go pick up all their stuff. Thank you so much for coming. You'll come to visit me sometime